This is StarBreak. Now, I've already played this game a little bit. In fact, I'm going to go home right now, which... Hold up, I got to unplug and replug the controller, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go home first. Hang on. It definitely had controller support when I tested it earlier today. There we go. Okay. Now, as I was saying, I've played this a little bit before. I haven't done too much. I beat the first level, if you want to call it that, which is the Fire Forest, I believe is what they called it. And that means I did unlock a new class, the Duskwing. But this is the first class you start off with. Now, you'll notice I have like a weird soul aura around me. That's pretty much strictly just so I can identify who I am, which is pretty helpful, actually, especially in later areas. Now, let's see if I can remember how to do... Nope, not that. There it is. I actually have this character has a few moves. So, first thing is obviously a blaster, and the cool thing about this blaster is, and I'm going to change it up a little bit, all of the weapons in this game do have variants of some sort if I press the right button, which I never will do. So this, for example, is another variation of this same weapon. And you'll notice that actually the spread gets a little more wild the longer I hold it. So, you know, it's kind of like Borderlands in that sense. There's a lot of variations on weapons that do different things. You get, you know, dual piercing. And in some cases, I've actually found it's nice to carry around two different variations of a weapon because some might do different things that you need for different situations. If I can just remember the right buttons, because WASD doesn't really apply to controllers. But anyway, this is the one that I recently got, and it's pretty kick-ass, so I'm going to stick with this at least for a little bit. Now, in addition to that, you do get a few moves. For example, grenades. Everybody gets a grenade, I believe it is, or a grenade effect. And I recently got these cool ones that do that kind of boom spread thing, which is pretty damn helpful. Now, you get those. You also get a special. And in my case, it's kind of like a rocket launcher special, right? So I can do two of them, I think, in one blast. Yeah, I can do two with this particular variation that I have on it, but you can also use them just as kind of like a giant AoE spread, or even a little bit of mobility, you know? Get a little extra jump going. Pretty good deal. You also get a mobility slot and a body slot, which is basically armor that can actually do different things. Now, this is my specific home base. In here, you get a little bit of a stash you can interact with and store some things in for later usage in different classes or whatever. And the cool thing about this particular MMO is all the classes can actually be played. You can actually play any class you want at any time. But I do not know how to switch back into my Spark form in order to do that. I think dying will do it, but I'd rather not do that, so we won't test that theory out. But the next time I die, I'll probably be in a Spark form, and I'll be able to switch out classes. Right now I'm the Wildfire. I have unlocked the Duskwing, which is supposed to be like a really mobile class, I think. Then there's also the Ironclad, more like a tanky, and Fabricator. Pretty good start, pretty good start. But we're going to jump right in. And I am going to go ahead and try to locate the next place to go. Now, it wants me to go to the Fire Forest, but I don't want to go to the Fire Forest. I already beat the Fire Forest. What's this? Is this the next place up here? You'll see all these portals. All of the stuff is instance-based here in this game. So basically, when a portal opens, it's like completely randomized. It's a roguelike in that sense. It's very procedurally generated. You're never going to play the same instance twice. It's just going to have the same relative theme. And holy crap, this one's full. So one thing that does mean is that you're sharing a very small confined place with a lot of people, which means you could end up accidentally not killing anything because there's nothing to kill left. But luckily the gear is, which means you actually do get your own gear. So that's a pretty good deal, right? This chest, anything in here is all mine. Now, all that was money. But one cool thing about these characters is also, they don't have level ups, but instead, they do have stat boosts. Should have done that. They do have stat boosts that you actually acquire by just finding them on the ground, you know? So, like, I can find a mobility stat boost that will be permanent to this character for as long as I'm alive. Crap, I lost track of myself. There I am. So, like, right here, I just up my jump height a little bit. It's not super noticeable at first, but it will be more the more you play. Alright, let's... I think I have a lot of people following me. Now look at that. There's all this new gear. Now, the only thing is I only have 6 slots, so I have to choose very carefully what I want. I want these trackers, and I want this increased armor. So then I can go in here, equip it, and then it's probably best that I drop the other thing. Because otherwise it's just going to be, you know, holding me down for a long time. Until I do drop it. You can't sell anything. You don't get money for selling things, so... Oh, that's cool looking. One thing I do love about this game, though, is its very striking visual style. It's got a very beautiful aesthetic, it's got a beautiful feel, and I'm really surprised when I was told that these are all randomized levels, because they actually do play out very well. Alright. Anything over here? Nope. I have a feeling everyone's just kind of clearing everything out for me. And that is one drawback to it, is that instants don't seem to, from what I've seen, have any kind of a cap to them. As many people as they want can jump into them, which also means people can go ahead of you and basically clear everything out, which can be a bit of a bad experience. There we go. Let's see if I can kill at least a couple of things. Now, grenades. The grenades I was shown before are actually limited. When I was in my house, my home before, they were unlimited, so I could go test things out. But here, they're completely limited, so I gotta save them for when they're actually worth using. But yeah, with this many players on screen, it can be really hard to not lose yourself in the crowd, especially because everyone kind of looks the same, as I'm sure you've noticed. Some of the enemy designs I've seen before have been really cool. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to see many of them because, you know, again, people are killing them for me. And I don't really think that there's any kind of choice if you wanted to venture off alone to have your own special instance, like all alone. It would be kind of cool if they did have something like that. But to my knowledge, they do not have that. Money. I do like that I don't have to worry about sharing everything, though. Everything that I get is mine. And as a loot whore, I appreciate that. I very much appreciate that. Alright, let's jump on up into the next area. So despite it being instants, there are actually instances within the instances. Ooh, look at that. So let's see. We got a big cluster over there. Let's see if I can clear it out with a grenade. Nope, didn't go the right way. And that one got kind of trapped. And now I got enemies. I have a feeling we're going to destroy the boss. At the end of every instance area, there is a boss unique to that area type. So I'm sure it's going to be some kind of a big fungus. Wow, look at that. It looks like they add more enemies based on how many people are here, but they kind of get clumped up a little bit, don't they? Music is very good. I gotta say, that's one of the things that really drew me into this, is the music is very top-notch in this game, as I'm sure many of you have already noticed. But yeah, graphically, very impressive as well. The procedural generation does a good job of creating foregrounds and backgrounds that all fit good, you know? It's very impressive in terms of procedural generation. Come here, you. No, I want to kill that one. Ooh, he split up good. He kind of found his way to the wall there. Oh. So for a second I actually lost track of where I was. I thought I was down there with them. I would almost recommend you might want to have some kind of limits on how many people can enter the same instance, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So many people doing the same thing. Fortunately, there's no MP or anything, so I can basically spam my skills as much as I want, provided it's not my grenade. Grenade cannot get spammed. Alright, down we go. Kill him, and then all of his little goober offspring. There we go. Ow. That was painful, I guess. Oh, I'm starting to die. I couldn't even tell because, like, there's just so many people. So many people. Sensory overload. I need to find health. Hopefully I find some soon. Oh, that's a stat boost at least. But if I die here, I think I lose everything, which is why they give you the choice at any time you want to go home. Which is pretty sweet. You always have the ability to retreat. Like right now, I would probably retreat if I didn't have, like, a whole army with me. I think that's an enemy. Now, it is a little hard to tell what some of these projectiles are, whether they're coming from enemies or allies. Like those lightning things, I'm not sure if those are safe to touch. And there might be some conveyance that can be done there to kind of make it more obvious. Hey, this is safe. You can do whatever you need to here. And usually that comes from a color thing, you know? So, like, you got all these purple things flying around, blue people spinning around and all that stuff. You can tell those are pretty safe. And maybe you just need to make everything that's bad really obviously red or something, you know? Custom woven fabricators. Nope, these are for other classes, so I can't really use them on this class. Let's see what's over here, though. More money. Oh, here we go. Damage increase on the ironclad, and it's all around bad for me. What else we got? It feels so against my nature to not be picking things up, but I really don't have a choice because I don't have enough inventory slots to pick everything up. Now, this game is definitely going to suffer from a power leveling issue because people are definitely going to be coming in here with their friends and just having their friends run through the whole thing for them. And that is what it is. I mean, the leveling in this game is really more or less just based around, did you beat the boss in the last section? And if you did, you can go on to the next section. That's about all the leveling really amounts to in this game, which is cool because it makes it less grindy. But it still does have a grindy aspect because you get your stats from grinding, from finding stuff, you know? Oh, here, I guess this is the boss. Alright, here we go. Jumping into a giant cave. I'm glad they waited for me, that was kind of dumb. Oh boy. This is much different from the last boss, and I like it. Throw some grenades at them. Shoot down! Alright, I should be using my other gun for this. It's probably a better idea to have the tri-powered stuff. Yeah, 2 shots, there we go. That's better. Because this will be much more consistent. Oh, look at him! Look at that beastie. Throw a grenade at that. That's cool. This is a way cooler boss than the last one. The last one just kind of stood up all over the place. It was a good boss, but it was a little weak by comparison. This one has much cooler mechanics behind it. And I'm sure if I didn't have a giant army with me, it'd probably be a lot harder, too. I think the bosses do scale health, though, based on how many people are here. Which, if it doesn't, it should, but it seems like it does, because it's already taken quite a pounding, and it's still going. Ow. Kill it! Kill it! Oh, it is in a world of hurt. We're basically an extermination squad and not much else. I think I'm hitting him, but there's no real conveyance of that going on here for this particular boss type. More ammo's good. Oh, hello. That was quicker. I'm definitely going to assume that he has HP scaling, otherwise he'd probably be dead by now with how much damage we're throwing at him. I mean, could you imagine? Go for the grenade or maybe get 8? Am I going to get 8? Yeah, it's a weaker weapon, but at the same time I'm shooting 2 at the same time. And easier to aim. Quicker, too. I'm guessing those are mines somebody placed, so once he comes up... Oh, boy. Oh, boy, he's coming. Look at that screen shake conveyance right there. I am a fan. Oh, is he hurting? Yeah, he's mad. Sending all of its offspring at me. Ugh. Why would you send children to fight me? They're just wee babies. Don't kill them like that. Give him at least some chance to live. Oh, he's dead. The explosions. Of course it explodes. It's organic. Oh, look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff. Which one am I? I'm over here now. Okay. Alright, let's see. We have a lot of things to look at here. Wow. None of them seem to be for my class, though. I can pick them up and maybe bring them over for another class in the future. Alright, we'll carry those over. And then we just go down her death hole, I guess. Was that not the end? Nope, there it is. Okay. And that's an example of a level in this game. Now again, these are all randomly generated, which is pretty slick in my opinion. That was actually a really solid level, and I think the generation did a great job of making that level. Overall, the interaction between everybody was pretty good there. Let me go home right here and store some of this stuff for later consumption, because I don't think I can use any of it. We'll get rid of the bouncing. I don't need this. I can drop it. I meant drop it, like... Nope, okay. Guess I can't drop while I'm in the screen. There we go, drop it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. HP doesn't scale. Boss needs to meet 2 criteria, time and damage. I see. So okay, interesting. So you have a set amount of time that needs to be spent on the boss. That's interesting. I've never heard of a boss setup like that. That's pretty cool. And yeah, I definitely agree with New Bruce's statement. This is just in general really awesome already. The visuals are very striking, and everything's very just on the money with this game so far. I have so little I can really critique about it. Really, if anything, I just want to bring more awareness to this game's existence. It's pretty boss so far, and it doesn't seem like it's anywhere near done. It seems like they still have a lot of ideas behind it. Well, let's see. So, it's possible to meet the amount of damage needed, but not the amount of time. All damage after the damage threshold is null. So then it's just a question of waiting out the boss until he actually dies. That's an interesting take on it, honestly. I've never seen... or when doing something like that before. I'm sure some people have done it in the background and I've just never noticed, but that's pretty clever, actually. It's a good way to account for scaling on such a massive scale, you know? Alright, so basically I'm going to leave everything there because... How do I get into Spark form? That's what I need to know. That's how I go home. I figured it was by going into this somehow. Kick all the grenades. Oh, I didn't know I could angle them! Today I learned you can angle grenades. I just did the normal kick. Huh, neat. Can also kind of throw them down from there instead of up. Wow. It's all the little things, you know? The little things do make a big difference. But yeah, unfortunately, I just can't figure out how to go into Spark mode. I don't know why I need to go into Spark mode in order to just change classes. Die to be a Spark. Okay, so dying is the only way to become a Spark. I don't wanna. Look at these stats. Look at these stats. They're totally mediocre stats, but they're mine. My mediocre stats. Guess we're sticking with this class for a little while longer. We'll go check out another level. Now, here's the other thing I want to point out. The currency you get can be spent here to get randomly generated items. So you don't have to always rely on grinding to get your items. You can sometimes use the money you get, the EC you get, in order to get something you might need. Unfortunately, a lot of it can be very expensive, too. Like, this gun is boss, and I would love to get it, but that's also 900 EC. I have 169. You cannot sell your items, so you have to kind of depend on getting them. You can also buy your stats here. Like, here's another jump boost, which I can get. Why not? It's only 50 EC, which is kind of ironic. You'd think it'd be more expensive. I can buy a few of them, actually. I can buy however many I can afford. So I could get that really big jump boost, but at the same time, this character can also do this, so there's not much point to that. But anyway, each of these portals is another realm. Good times. Let's see if we can find one that's a little less crowded, shall we? Oh, not like that, though. Alright, this looks like it's the Fungus Cave again. Is that it? That's the Fungus Cave. This is Strands. Much harder. Let's go check it out. Dot, dot, dot. Hopefully it'll be a little less crowded, because it's not the one that was being pointed at. Here we go. Alright, let me switch my... Oh! That's a bad thing, isn't it? That's an enemy thing. Or not? I don't know what that is. Alright, let's switch my gun. Ow. Yep, definitely an enemy. There we go. But overall, one thing I'm super impressed with is the fact that... Wow, I don't think you can destroy those. Okay, a little platforming challenge right there. I'm very impressed with the idea of an MMORPG 2D, for one thing, in a browser, which means you can log in from anywhere at all and pick up right where you left off. And also that it supports controller support. It feels like it's just, you know, a full-fledged standalone game. And it would be cool to get a standalone client as well, like with a few extra added bonuses. I don't know, like better well, I shouldn't say better graphics. The graphics already look really freaking good. I don't know what you would get out of it, but I don't know. For whatever reason, it would feel right to have a standalone client. Ooh, a better frag. It's not incendiary, but it is better. Let's equip that real quick. And what else do I get here? Better armor? Better armor. Look. What have we here? Wildfire, better repeater. Ooh. Much faster. Let's check it out. Ah, yes. Let's get back into this. This feels like it's what I need right now. Next area. Wow, this place is beautiful. Look at this. And again, the music, it's just so fitting and so beautiful. Oh, get rid of these things. Ah, they're coming for me. They know of my secret plans to kill them all. Duskwing and my loot hoarding is gonna kill me. Got these little spore things everywhere. Alright, so what's this thing? Mobility speed increase. Yoink. Ah, damn you. You're so tiny, I didn't even see you there. The fog is actually making it really tough to pick out some things. But again, that's kind of the point of fog, isn't it? So it's kind of doing its job quite nicely. Oh, that was a mistake. Haha, recovery. I like the little mini rocket jump thing. Originally, I commented on it being weird that, ow, you kind of point it in the direction you want to fire instead of the direction you're going to be going, which ends up causing a little backwards consistency or reverse consistency with what you would think movement would be. You know, where did you come from? Oh, okay. I see. You kind of live there. That's a cool trap. Look at those bear claws. Hang on. Let me try and not get hit by it. It's like a Venus flytrap. I love it. Oh, that's so cool. A lot of these enemy designs are really well inspired. Oh, crap. That was me. I thought it was the other dude. I really got to keep a better eye out on who I am. Some customization on characters go a long way with helping you pick out just who you are in such a very undiverse crowd, you know? Obviously, classes help that too, but in the meantime, until I try another class at least. Now, you can't shoot straight up. It's got to be diagonally up. At least I don't know where to shoot straight up. Ow. Ooh, give me that health. I love that we don't share the health. I need health. Ow. Another one of those Venus flytraps. I couldn't even see that one. Just gotta watch out for not... Don't go in the area with the fuzzy-looking claws. Fuzzy-looking claws. That don't make any sense. Ah. But overall, I can't... Everything feels alien. Everything feels really well-designed. I really love the look and feel of this game. The aesthetic choices are brilliant. The enemy designs are wonderful. And they play really well, too. It's just, in general, a well-done thing. Alright, get out of that. Get my health. So that time I waited for some poor sucker to do what I usually do. Oh, mistakes were made. Big mistakes. Dang it. Those things do not die quick. Do wish I had a tri or bisected gun right now. Wait a minute. I think I do. But I don't think I ever dropped that one. It's still around somewhere, right? 2 shots. Yeah, I guess this is the one. It's substantially worse in terms of damage, though, so I shouldn't take it. But again, you get those kind of choices, which is pretty sweet. You get those choices as to, you know, what do I need to use right now? What is best for the situation? Which is why it would be kind of cool to have, like, the ability to have 2 weapons of choice and be able to switch between them. You know, like, choose 2 pieces of equipment that are better for different situations and then just quickly switch between them, you know? Uh-oh. No way back. Am I all alone? Nope, here they come. Oh, cool. Those things don't actually hurt. Unless I probably touch them from the side. I'm going to try and skip ahead a little bit. Ooh, can't go that way. Oh, hey, it's a boss. Or something. Doesn't look like a full-on boss, more like a mini-boss. I've been fooled before. I've been fooled before by something I thought was a full-on boss, but it was actually a mini-boss. Oh, boy. I love the platform grabbers. That's what I'm going to call them. The platform fly traps. I'm going to think of a name. Fungi fly traps? I don't know. But yeah, it's just the whole feel of this game. It's brilliant. It all feels right, you know? It feels right in how wrong it is. How alien everything is. How just not to the norm. Look at how cool that worm looks. Look at the way all of the layers of sprites are working together to create one really cool looking thing through the use of shading and lighting. It's really, all of those layers are really the same, but thanks to the shading, they all look different enough that you can believe that that is one full intact body right there. It's the lighting that does that, but you can tell if you look really closely, they're just differently sized versions of the same sprite. It works brilliantly. That is some excellent trickery right there. I love it. Oh, don't die. I'm gonna die. Is that death? I'm so dead. Crap. So, this is my first time dying. Mistakes were made. Now, how do I revive? I think I gotta go back and go back home, don't I? Gotta go back and claim a new body, don't I? Mistakes were made. Let's go home. Whoops. And again, that's where the roguelike feel of this comes from. Once you die, you have lost everything. So if I were to manifest as that wildfire, I'm pretty sure I have no more stats. I'm pretty sure I lost all my items. Mistakes were made. But this gives me an opportunity to check out another shell. So let's check this one out. This is the, this is supposed to be a highly mobile class, if I'm correct. Like, you see that little dash going on right there? Fell to my death, R.I.P. Mistakes were made. Alright. Look at that. I like the character designs, too. Look at that long hair she's got and everything. It fits really well with her whole flowing abilities. There's my secondary right there, some kind of a boomerang thingy. Realm of the Mad God style. That is correct. If I recall, don't quote me on this, but I want to say some of the devs of this game did come from Realm of the Mad Gods. I want to say. I could be wrong. So does that mean, yeah, I still have the keys, actually, so I could go wherever I want. But I probably don't want to take this level 0 statted character back. I knew it! I knew there was a Realm of the Mad God creator on this staff. I knew I did my research. Yay. Alright, so let's take this Duskwing equipment and actually try it out, shall we? I knew I held onto it for something. Alright, so this is their special. Oh, look at that. Boom. Feels like much more zippy. X Realm of the Mad God devs. Hey, it's always good to see people moving on to bigger and better things, and in my opinion, this definitely has something going for it. Wow, look at that damage. I can do damage. Look at that. Yeah, 20-something. I'm amazing. Alright, let's go ahead and try out the Fire Forest, which I do want to show off this place because it is beautiful. This place looks great. Let me tell you that right now. This is one of the things that drew me into the game, was just, I wanted to just go in and give a little bit of feedback initially when I first played it, and then I ended up getting pulled in for a solid 2-hour play session. And it didn't go much further than this. Look at this. This is randomly generated. This is out the gate what we get. That's awesome. And again, great music, great settings, in general, just great. Now, of course, the mobility does become a relative issue when you take into consideration that means people are going to get ahead of other people and potentially kill everything ahead of time, which, again, we've already talked about. That does happen. Sometimes you do get kind of stuck with nothing to do. This is a tougher character because the only direction you can do this in is left or right, it looks like. So I can't really charge up at people. It's got to be pretty straight on. Ow. But hey, stat boost. What do we got? Movement speed. That'll help. I'm so weak, and they're all level 7s and 10s, and... ouch. Alright. Look at all this money already ready for me. No, I want to at least touch it. Ah. Dang it, I want to kill something. But again, this is an inherent problem when you're sharing instances with people. Is you don't really have much room to let some people do what they want, you know? Sometimes it's a compromise. Ow, this isn't working. I'm gonna die. Oh boy, don't want to fall down there. Then I will die. Now, what was this thing again? It was some kind of a spinny dagger thingy. I'm probably playing this character all wrong. I have not played it before, so keep that in mind. What do we got here? Is this better? Nope, because I can do 2 with the current one. And again, that is really cool that there's such unique variations on the same weaponry, you know? Really can change up your playstyle. Okay, this was the first mini-boss. This is... I was able to kill this thing without taking a single hit last time, but then I didn't have a bunch of people that could be dodging or blocking the bullets. I need to be able to see. Alright, modified trackers, we'll take those. And equip them, even. What? No, that's standard warp. Where'd my trackers go? Oh, I put them on automatically, because I don't have anything there yet. If I touch these, I will die, so let's not touch them. But I always do love it when loot have randomized stats that actually feel like they mean something. And you can definitely feel that with this game. You can definitely feel that the stuff you get really does change how they work. Like, you can warp twice, or you can warp further. You deal more damage is one thing, but just being able to warp twice can really change a whole character dynamic. Being able to warp 4 times can change a whole character dynamic. Being able to warp upwards or diagonally instead of the normal direction could also change a character dynamic. There's a lot of room for variation in these equipments, and it's a very creative way to really create your own character in a lot of ways. But again, then we come down to customization, and it's like, well, now that I can customize them, can I make them feel like they're my own with visual differences? Now, can I catch this and get it back? I can! Hey! It's ammo that I can restock on its own. That actually makes us way better. They thought of everything. Oh, I want to kill something. I may kill... Here, these guys look... Ah, I wanted to kill at least one of them. Okay, I helped with that one. Ow. But I will say that is easily the biggest downfall of the game, is just the fact that you can have people run ahead of you and do everything for you, and then you're left doing nothing. So it's like, why are you playing, right? Oh, here's the boss. Wow, that was quick. And hopefully they can find some way to resolve that issue. I don't know if that's like maybe you can't enter the same area as strangers. Maybe if they're on their friends list, maybe you can, but you can't enter the same area as strangers if their level is way higher than yours. You know, kind of give you a chance to work with others. I think there is a solution here. I just honestly can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But I do like the idea of, you know, the instance... Uh-oh. Whew. Okay, there's a bottom there. The instance gameplay is really nice and everything. It's really cool. Knowing that you're always going to be playing a different thing every time. Let's see, what do I have now? I picked up a lot of stuff I probably shouldn't have. Let's drop that, drop that, drop that. But it's not for my class, I'm not taking it. Nope, don't need a quick chance. Don't need that. Don't need any of those. Alright, how about these? Any of these any better? No body armor still. Armor plus 2. Base crits increased. Yeah, this is for me. What else? Armor plus... Same exact stuff, actually. so I should probably drop it. And the other one. The limited inventory does kind of suck, but I guess it makes sense when you consider you're not really supposed to care that much about your inventory. You can lose it at a moment's notice. You can lose all of your inventory at a moment's notice. Skins have been hinted at. Guilds and the like have also been hinted at. That's good. That's solid. I'm glad to hear that, actually. I think the biggest thing, though, is at least give me the option. What if I want to go into an instance alone? Maybe I want to... Ooh, an elite fire force, you say. Let's do that. If I want to go into an instance alone and not have to worry about somebody stealing everything from me, give me a chance to actually fend for myself a little bit. Yeesh, this might have been a mistake. I did not get many stat increases before. And you can definitely take care of stuff, but... Yeah, here we go. It's not that I don't appreciate the help, but at the same time, you feel obsolete and worthless. Or not even obsolete if you just started. You feel worthless if you can't actually do anything. Whoop! For yourself. I'm dead. I thought I was invincible while I did that, but I was clearly wrong with that. Going home. Alright, let's try out one last class. Alright, so this looks like the really tanky ironclad. Look at this guy. Let's see what we got. Stash. Alright, modified something or other. This looks pretty badass, and it's trisected. I like those words. Something for my mobility slot, and a little bit of armor. Good thing I stocked up for this class. Ooh, look at that. It's a missile. I can deal with missiles. Alright. Look at those animations. Those are great. Downward swing, upward swing, overhead swing. Very cool. The amount of detail that went into these animations is mind-blowing. And what's my special for this guy? It looks like it's a charge attack. Or not. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's a charge attack. That's neat. Whee! Nice, and that is the cool thing, is even, no matter how much you play this game, you're probably going to keep finding cool new stuff. Like, one of the people I'm playing with right now just stated that they found themselves a new combat glove they'd never seen before, with, it's armor piercing and is trisected. That's really sweet. Alright, let's jump into this one. Let's see, I don't even know what I just jumped into. It's probably Fungus Cave? I'm guessing. Let's see. Ah, okay, this is, Oh, cool, teleporters. Ha, neat. I feel like I'm in Sabrina's gym in, Pokemon. Alright, what do we got here? Some goodies, nothing for me. Now, of course, even though I have limited stats, I could always just power through like I am right now, and hopefully I'll find gear that'll help make it more worthwhile, you know? Not a fast character, but not really meant to be. Whee! Splat. But yeah, overall I am very impressed with this game in its current state. It's still only in beta, but it is definitely shaping up beautifully. Very nicely. Very impressive. Oh boy, gotta time this right, which means I should probably try to figure out which one I am first. There we go. Gone through this whole thing without getting touched yet. Wait, which one am I? Oh, I'm down. I'm up there. I can barely even see my spark right now. Run, run, run. Run faster than that, you fool. And of course, I will, find stats as I go. It's nice that I keep my keys, too, which means I don't have to keep fighting the same bosses if I die. I can just go and fight what I want. Look at that thing. Holy crap. What do you even classify that as? I classify it as something I shoot a missile at. Mini-boss! Ow. Mini-boss hurts! Yeah, I got him with a missile. And now I run. The level design's pretty good, too. There is a way for everyone to dodge this kind of stuff. Even though it's a little trickier for some classes than others, but that's kind of how it's supposed to be. Now, I'm supposed to be kind of a tanky class, but I feel like I'm pretty fragile right now due to my lack of mobility. I need a lot of HP to make up for my lack of abilities. Ow. Little cubes everywhere. They're kind of hard to see with so many people around. I'm probably going to die if I take another hit. So let's try not to do that. Sharkbait died, and then I died. Yeah, this is a little too advanced for me right now, unfortunately. This is probably one of the harder places. And it seems like there's elite versions of every place. But either way, that's not really my class. My class is more like the Well, probably actually the original one I was playing, the Wildfire. But I do like the idea of the Duskwing. Now, thankfully, the EC can actually be used to re-up my stats, I suppose. So that's a plus when you think about it. I do have EC to fall back on if I really need something. Where should I go? Might get a little adventurous, try some of the underground bases up in here. Fire Forest all the way up here. Look at this, but look at how beautiful this is, the way that they have your level select, if you will. Vanquished. Temple of the Lost. I haven't even unlocked that yet. Alright, let's check out Vanquish. They die really quick. Come on. You can do it. What is... Okay. Already made a mistake. So... Gotta find a platform that doesn't have that. Look at this, though. They have so many ideas already for their platforming. Like, this is really more than just a 2D MMO. This is a 2D platformer MMO. Maple Story, you could argue, was really more of an RPG first and a platformer second. That thing's gonna shoot at me, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Turn around, Bright Eyes. Ah, they found me. It's okay, I was probably gonna die if I didn't get help anyway. But this game definitely feels more like a platformer first and an RPG second, which I like. Oh, that's an enemy. Haha, I should have known with the lack of name on it. Ah, already dead. Already dead. 4 hits and I'm dead here. I got adventurous. Alright, but that's okay because I actually want to switch back to this class. This is probably my favorite class, the Wildfire, even though he's weak as hell right now. Alright, let's try an actual, you know, low-level mission again. But that does kind of suck. It's a little unfortunate that when you die, you do pretty much have to go back to the start. You can kind of skip, but you don't want to go too far because it's really tough without the right gear. I'm not going to the Vanquished again. I learned my lesson there. Let's do it. Again, or you could get power leveled, but then, you know, what's the point? Obviously, when you play a game, you want to play it so you're doing something, not so somebody else does everything for you. Now, surprise, I do wonder how people are finding me. Not that I'm necessarily not wanting to be found right now. I'm just curious if there's some mechanic I don't know about for searching. There we go. Some goodies, but nothing for my class. Drop them all. Yeah. This game is absolutely at its best, in my opinion, when you are not surrounded by too many people, especially people who can annihilate everything in front of you really quickly. Find me because I'm streaming on Twitch. Fair enough, that's a good point. Didn't even consider that. I mean, the portal stays the same, doesn't it? So, there's that. But this is what I'm talking about liking the enemy design and everything like that. They all do have their own little uniqueness to them. What do we got? Money, money, money. Let's see. You stop moving when you shoot except for the fabricator. That is true. Unless you're jumping, of course. Which is why I tend to jump a lot. Haha. See what I mean? You jump and you shoot. It's fun. This game does have full controller support. I am using one as we speak. You might need to set up your controller to work with it, though. I don't know. For me, it was pretty much plug and play. If it's like an Xbox controller, should work fine. Basically working off the Xbox controller stuff. Grenades. OP. Not really, they're really just right. These guys feel a little bit like from Metroid, but I'm fine with that because it's a very standard enemy type. Gonna need to find some loot soon. Let's check down here. Maybe we'll get something good. Or maybe it'll just be an enemy mosh pit. Ah! Lucky us. What is that? That looks badass. For the fabricator, of course. Everything good is for the other guys. I did get some armor, though. Armor helps. One thing I did have to do is I had to unplug and plug my controller back in to make it work the first time. Then I pressed a bunch of buttons and eventually it worked. D-pad does not work, by the way. Or rather, D-pad is the only thing that works. The analog sticks do not work, is what I should have said. So make sure you're using the right thing. Just use your D-pad, you should be good. I think they mentioned the D-pad support, or analog stick support in the future at one point or another. I don't know if that's not really a pressing priority, though. But these are some breathtaking scenes right here. You got those god rays going in the background there. Very subtle, but very nice looking. It's one of those things you'll notice subconsciously, but does make a difference. That's going to give me something. That was not a treasure chest. That was, though. All that EC. Easy EC. Considering adding analog support. That's what you said. Yeah, it's not really necessary, I would say. D-pad works fine. One thing I need to also comment on is how animated everything is, even when it comes to just the spikes. That's a good way to draw attention to the spikes so you're aware that they're a trap, you know? Everything that is actually important is animated in one way or another. So it's really easy to pick out from the static environment. Aside from, say, the particles in the background that really don't mean anything. Alright, what do we got? New goodies. Better frag grenade. And that's it. Drop, drop, drop. Hopefully I'll find some shoes eventually. My feet are very naked. No, I want this stuff. I didn't get a chance to kill for it, but I still want it. What's down here, I wonder? More treasure? Ow. Oh yeah, there's gonna be treasure here. Level 1 base crit damage max. Oh, does that mean that I do have to? Yeah, I guess I do have to work my way back up for every character. Because I can't max out past level 1 right now. Better armor. So basically when you die, it's like a whole new adventure. Which kind of, at the moment at least, it's not a particularly long game. But it is kind of a shame. I was hoping at the very least that you could preserve your level. It's like, hey, you know, you got up to level 4 before, or experience level 4, or stat level 4, I guess you could say. So you can keep that. You can keep gaining stats. But guess not. At the same time, it's really just questionable. Stop valuing your shell. It's called a shell for a reason. Alright, what do we got now? Worthless. Better. Better. Worthless. And worthless. Oh yeah, that's way better. Look at how cool that looks by comparison. Alright, up here. Treasure chest, sweet. All that treasure. Definitely feels like you get the looting a dungeon vibe out of this game, that's for sure. You start killing stuff and treasure chests drop down. It's a good feel. I like that feel. That feel is a good feel. And so far in testing, it all runs really well, especially for an online MMO. Like, I'm not noticing any major bugs or anything that has held me back. The only thing I've seen so far is a slime spawned in a wall once. Oh no. Fabricator. That's for me. What do we got? Way better armor. Drop that. Moving on. Now, some people are mentioning Joy to Key. I have to actually advise against Joy to Key. There's a lot of suspicious, fishy stuff with that particular program. In particular, it's known to phone home with data, and you don't really know what they're sending, so who really knows what they're sending, who knows what they're tracking me on. I do not support Joy to Key, and I do not recommend anyone recommending that to anyone. Yeah, Joy to Key is very suspicious in my book. Oh, that was a worthless grenade. Could try to pick it back up and put the pin back in, but it might not end well. Worse. Worse, well, same. Is there an alternate to Joy to Key? Good question. It depends on what you're going for. What kind of controller you're using? You're using a GameCube one? I don't know about a GameCube controller alternative. I found some really good drivers for my PS3 controller, though, that basically overlay X input on top of my PS3 controllers, so it makes it think that they're an Xbox One or Xbox 360 controller, even though in reality it's just a PS3 controller. And that's called SCP, Scarlet Crush Productions. But unfortunately, those are also outdated now. He has not updated them in a while. He said that he's done with the project, but they do still work, so that's what I use. Other than that, I do not have any alternatives, sadly. Go make one! Alright, what do we got? Very satisfying. Ooh, okay, got some keys, yep. Ooh, better armor. Way better armor. Get that equipped. Ooh, bouncy shots. But less damage? More damage. Oh, yeah. These bounce? They do bounce. That's cool. I've never seen these bounce before. Love it. Slow firing, but damn if that bounce isn't sweet. Short range, slow firing. Take the good with the bad, I suppose. It's more like a shotgun blast, I suppose. But anyway, that's how we're going to end it right there with Indie Insights look at StarBreak. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been StarBreak. This is a free-to-play MMO browser-based. Very cool. Plays really well. Looks really great. Beautiful music. Beautiful feel. Beautiful style. Overall, just a beautiful game. Still in its beta. It can only go up from here, right? I'm really looking forward to see how they proceed with this, how they plan on monetizing it, and how they plan on implementing guilds and such. Thank you very much for pushing this game forward. I'm very happy to see it.